Welcome to Duloc, such a perfect town. Here we have some rules, let us...
Hello, it's me once more. I was reading a book that made me think about relationships between men and women and raising children. Given how little I can relate to the planet Peron, I might as well be an alien from there. For instance, a lot of children are raised to believe that their father is a demon. Interviews with wealthy kids who steal everything from their parents are commonplace in magazines. We were not subject to that. Having my father around was always enjoyable for me. Unless you managed to make them angry, that's when the really fun things would happen. Managing a furious mother is a certain thing. It was good to meet you. When her kids go to visit her in-laws, my sister describes it best. When I go to visit my parents, it's like going to Camp Candy. When it comes to money, it's like going to a boot camp. I'm completely lost. Even before she met my father, my mother enjoyed working. She also continues to work part-time. Because he's pretty much a traditional kind of guy, Dad gives her money to run the household. In addition, rather than spending, he would ask my mother if she had enough money and give her extra regardless of her response. My mother would then save all of the money she didn't need in a bank account. My dad withdraws money from the account when it reaches a significant amount to reinvest in his businesses. My mother's only money argument is that she should leave enough money for her to replace a costly household appliance without having to bother him about it. I have no memory of my mom expecting to ask for cash or being taken care of or anything you earthlings do. When it comes to selecting a partner, I'm pretty standard. In terms of how alpha males are portrayed, I want a man who is similar to my father's and my parents' approval. It makes me imagine a short-fused, egotistical gorilla who feels the need to constantly beat his chest or flash cash in opulent objects to attract some attention. Since he has nothing lasting to offer, he can only garner attention in this manner. I prefer beta males and don't see how this is attractive. I'm sorry, but no thanks. The commotion surrounding the horizontal mambo also baffles me. However, I will respond to you regarding that later. I need to once more explain to everyone what you're attempting to accomplish with your comments before I discuss your desire to be with a beta male. I've also noticed a lot of other women doing this recently. First and foremost, women despise it when generalizations are made, such as women do this or the majority of women do. They can't help but take it personally when you criticize women in general. The majority of the time, it would appear that they struggle greatly with abstract thinking. Men immediately react with hostility when men describe a group of women or women as a whole, believing that any criticism of females is a personal attack. Having said that, I believe that women use the example of a single woman doing something good with her life, such as saving money and not wasting her husband's time or money, to describe the actions of all women. That each woman is noble and great in some way. I believe that for some reason, women believe that men will see one woman's positive qualities and magically sprinkle them on the other women, causing those women to rise to the top like a loaf of bread. Have you ever noticed that when a woman is recognized for a particular achievement, all of the other women around her have a gleam in their eyes and believe that just because a woman is being recognized, they are also receiving a portion of that recognition? It would appear that women have a high social hierarchy. Therefore, when a woman shares her story and uses the example of a successful woman, she probably believes that men also think as women do. Then, when men see one woman's positive accomplishments and actions, we magically give all women credit for their achievements. Therefore, by telling the story of your spendthrift mama, you were inadvertently implying that, since your mother is a woman who treats your father well, you treat other men well as well. You're attempting to steal her good behavior, but you can't share it because good behavior must be earned and cannot be pawned off as your own. I want you to pay close attention to the female channel subscribers' comments. I'm seeing women more and more following in the footsteps of one good woman to demonstrate to the MGTow town community that all women are good. However, this goes much further. In addition, as if gynocentrism were a bandage covering a wound, once more, The good deeds of one woman are magically sprinkled over the bad deeds of the others. However, we are all aware that it is infected and festering beneath. You ladies need to take a break from it and stop citing examples of women who are different from the rest as evidence that you are all fine. You won't ever comprehend that men do not have a hive mind, I believe. Each of us has an individualistic mind that evaluates individual actions. Going our way probably means that we have finally realized that all women are the same and that we have begun to stereotype them. If we were to make generalizations about female nature, why else would the individual woman object? All of you ladies, including you, need to know that you are the same. Please stop acting as though you aren't. Of course, you won't stop acting as though you're not because that's what you do and because you never change. Also, notice how women are quick to label all men as pigs. On the other hand, when one woman does something good, we are supposed to lift her into the heavens so that she can dance with God in the clouds because she is holy and has shown everyone that men are not worth it. Then, not all women are like that. When one woman achieves greatness, all women use it as an excuse to praise all other women. All men must be punished when one man commits a terrible act. Even if there are some decent men in the world, when one woman does a good deed, all women must be praised and worshipped, even if they behave badly. Therefore, when you say that you are willing to settle for a beta male, you are attempting to convey to other men that they ought to continue sampling for women because all women are good, just like your mother. However, in reality, you and your mother probably quarrel and hit each other with shoes, or even better, large sums of money that somehow managed to be saved throughout your lifetime. In addition, you are attacking the very idea of male dominance when you say that the alpha male struggles with anger management and bangs their chest like King Kong. You're claiming that your mother is just as competent as your father, or even more so, and that men have simply subserviently served women. In Western society, the majority of guys already know that there is a golden honeypot at the end of the Tinder rainbow if they become good, polite beta males. Instead, there is nothing more than a group of women polishing their gold-plated fool's gold, giving the impression that they are old lepchas. There are only two outcomes that can be expected: a utopia for technophiles for men and apartments for women with cats, or a total collapse of civilization in which women return to the kitchen to make homemade sandwiches. Guys want to see if traditionalism can be brought back into civilization. On the other hand, I am a supporter of a technological utopia. Although you can call me a believer, all I am is a wish for technology to create a secure and free environment. Avoid falling behind. Put on that dress, go into the kitchen, and bake a few buns with the bit of baby batter. You'll be a hero to Lauren Southern. Anyway, that sums up my thoughts for the day.